Good morning, traders. Welcome to the live trading room. I hope you are all doing well this morning. I'm going to go through the cryptocurrencies first. I'm going to start with the cryptocurrencies. They look interesting. Yesterday we saw 4-hour setups for continuation to the upside. This morning, all around, we're seeing 1-hour setups on all of them around. So let's start with Litecoin. We're going to come to the rest. If you look at Litecoin, we saw a 4-hour setup yesterday. So this was the 4-hour setup we saw yesterday on Litecoin, expecting continuation to the upside. We've made that continuation to the upside. We are currently making another continuation pattern for upside. Yesterday, the indicator and the structure were showing us upside on the 4-hour. But if you look at the current structure, you do not have a 4-hour setup because this is at the top. So yesterday we had this one here, looking for more upside, and that is exactly what has happened. We've moved from about 44, 150 where we were yesterday to about 160, 170 this morning, and we are still expecting continuation to the upside with a new setup on the 1-hour. Let's have a look at the 1-hour. There's a 1-hour setup here on Litecoin. Let's have a look. Already confirmed. So the 1-hour on Litecoin is already confirming that we're going to see more upside. Will we see 180, 200? All very possible now with Litecoin. Okay, so that is the setup now currently with Litecoin. Already at the bottom, we've already reset it. Yesterday we got it here on the 4-hour. This is the 4-hour setup that we had, and now we're getting a 1-hour continuation pattern this morning on Litecoin. It's an interesting one to look out for as we as the market progresses. So that is the one, and let's look at all the cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin also showing continuation pattern on the 1-hour. It is not as clean as the Litecoin one, but we know they move together. But if you look at the indicators, it's also showing structurally it's not clean, but we will expect this to push to the upside. We've got this year, we are above 50. So we'll see Bitcoin. We've just tested 46,000 again a few minutes ago. We should see about 47, 48,000 the next move here on Bitcoin. So that's what we'll be expecting here. That's the setup on the 1-hour. Yesterday, we had this one on the 4-hour, expecting continuation to the upside. We've moved about $3,000 from 42 yesterday, and we are now currently at about 46,000, expecting this to continue to the upside. All right, Ethereum. Let's have a look at Ethereum. Not as clean as Litecoin either, but this is a clear 1, 2, 3 structure. We can see that that is a corrective structure that is already confirmed, by the way, with this at the bottom, this one staying above 50. So the 1-hour setup is going to see us make another move to the upside. So this is a 3-wave structure here on Ethereum, where we saw the 4-hour setups on all the cryptos yesterday, expecting continuation to the upside. So we expect continuation to the upside this morning as well. We should see 3,300, 3,400 this coming session. That is Ethereum. Then Litecoin, we've already gone through Litecoin. Let's go through Ripple. Ripple also showing continuation to the upside, already confirmed here with this 2 candles ago here. So we've already got this confirmation for continuation to the upside on Ethereum, rather on Ripple. We should see Ripple retest that level. Are we going to get possibility of a structure like that? Doesn't matter for now. We're focusing on just getting back to the previous or the recent high at 0.84 and possibly even higher than that. That is Ripple. Let's have a look at Doge. Dogecoin, not a clean structure here, already confirmed upside though on the 1-hour with that flag. That's a move to the upside, that's a flag. We've reset it, we are above 50, so Doge should see upside. We can do this on Doge before we go to the recent high at 28. So we can even get a structure like this on Doge. But the current move is bullish on Dogecoin and the rest of the cryptocurrencies. Okay. That is a Dogecoin ADA. Again, all of them, as you can see, just like what we had on the 4-hour setups yesterday, this morning we've got 1-hour setups. Reset above 50, we should see this continue to the upside. $1.5 is a possibility on ADA, Cardano, and possibly 152. Let's see how this goes. That is Cardano, looking for more upside there. Binance. Let's have a look at Binance. All the same, all of them giving us similar structures. We started with this three-wave pullback. Okay, so we've made a move to the upside. This is where we were yesterday. We pushed to the upside. This is a three-wave pullback and has already confirmed we are looking for more upside now. Okay, so just watch these levels here. Watch these levels here, because at those levels we can get a move like that. So that will not necessarily be a reversal. We'll just be making rather an ABC corrective structure, depending on how this plays out, with a 3-3 ABC corrective structure with a 3-3-5 structure there, and then we look for more upside. That's what we're looking at on the cryptocurrencies mainly. If I just go to Bitcoin Cash as well, you'll see all of them showing similar structures, all of them showing us the same thing. So here's Bitcoin Cash on the 1 hour. We're looking for this to continue to the upside. Actually, to be strictly speaking, we've got to move down here. We've got what looks like a 1, 2, 3 here. We are now looking for this one to make a move to the upside. We can get this one to about this level, come back down and make a move to the upside. But currently, the current move is for this to push to the upside, retest that level here at 602 on Bitcoin Cash. Okay, so that is, those are the setups on the cryptocurrencies. Just for completeness, we can just do Satoshi version as well. Let's have a look at that one. Similar structure, all of them 1 hour, looking more upside. This is 3 waves here, 3 waves looking for more upside. A break above this, we're gonna see the recent high at 160 on Bitcoin Satoshi version. All right, so those are the cryptocurrencies all looking bullish this morning. Now let's go to a trade setup on the 1 hour. We've got a couple of trade setups here on the 4 hour, actually, not on the 1 hour. On the, let's go CAD-yen. We're gonna go through the rest of the structures now. CAD-yen, that's a setup here for upside. As soon as this 4 hour candle closes above the flag, that will be a trigger for a trade to the upside on the 4 hour. We'll be looking for this one to go into the blue box. As you can see, all indicators are already in place. We are already above 50. We are resetting here. We are making a corrective structure here. We are expecting CAD-yen to push to the upside into the blue box. The risk to reward ratio is good at 2.8, so there is nothing wrong with that one. So just wait for that 4 hour candle to close above the flag, then we'll look to take it into that blue box. Yesterday we were at a critical level as far as pound yen is concerned. We said that we want to confirm. Okay, let's have a look at pound yen. We wanted to confirm whether this is going to give us one more down and then upside. What are we seeing now? We're seeing that confirmation that we're going to see more upside on pound yen. So pound yen is another trade setup here, which you can take on the close of this 4 hour candle and target equal legs with this current move. So as soon as the 4 hour candle closes, and it's a nice and tight stop here at about your stop, you can put your stop at about 152.35 and target the blue box as well here. Let's put in the blue box if it's going to make the blue box. So firstly, we're going to target the equal legs here. So you can see the indicator is already confirming. We'll talk about that just now. We'll talk about the indicators just now. Let's just set this one up for now. Let's project the blue box first. So that is our target at 156. So we're targeting 156, a very good risk to reward ratio, almost 5 risk to reward ratio, 4.6 there. We can put this at about 152.36. That's 65 plus 10, 75 pip stop for a 400 pip move, or 300, almost, yes, 400 pip move. So that's already a good movie there. So that 1 hour candle closes above there, that is a good setup for more upside. Good. That is pound yen. We have discussed CAD yen, right? So yesterday we were here, we were at critical level. So this is what I mean by waiting for confirmation. We could have said this one is coming down and then just trade it and then sell. And then after you've sold, this is what would have happened. So you wait for that confirmation. Structurally, we've got that. We've got the correction here and the indicators showing us we're going to see continuation to the upside. Right. So let me go through the rest of the yen pairs here. I'm going to go through all the yen pairs. Euro yen is going to make a move to the upside. We're seeing a setup here on the 4 hour, even if it's just going to make a 3-wave structure here. Euro yen is looking upside here. We're going to see this. Look at that. Look at the indicator here, slightly below 50. So we are waiting for this one to close above the candle here. When that happens, the RSI will be breaking above there. Only issue with this one is that the risk reward ratio may not be as good, but we'll be looking for this one to at least come back to that level. That is Euro yen. Okay. Now, Chief yen will be slightly different to the rest here. We are making a pullback after this impulsive move. Chief yen will be different because of the chief in it and not because of the yen, because we're still looking for this one to make a pullback here and continue to the downside. Let me run through all the yen pairs for completeness. All right, so New Zealand also showing us a continuation pattern to the upside, although not confirmed as yet. Would want to see that 4-hour candle close above the flag to complete this structure. This structure is not complete as yet, so we want to see this at around these levels. But the risk reward ratio is not so good there because we are almost at equal legs at this level here. Okay, so the only move that is that we're expecting here, we're expecting this to get up to this level for now. Okay, so if you can get that one, it will be it's showing continuation to the upside, but as I'm saying, the risk to reward ratio is not so good because of the that we're close to the blue box. Audi yen, yesterday we saw this one make a move to the downside. We said this can make a continuation to the downside unless we get a confirmation here for a setup. This is on the 4-hour, so we can get this one making a move back to around these levels. So short-term upside on the pound, on the yen pairs. All right, let's go through the commodities, then we'll go through all the pairs in detail. Gold. Right, gold flushed down to the structural level. Let's switch this off here so we can see the structure here. Flushed down with a 3-wave structure around these levels. Has started making a bounce. From here. So this is a structural level. We'll look at that structure again just now. We have made an impulse and a pulsing move to around these levels. Yesterday I said from here we need to get confirmation for upside. Have we got the confirmation for upside yet? We have not got the confirmation for upside, and gold can still even make a move back to around these levels. If you look at this here, it is very bearish. And if you look at the 1 hour as well, still pretty bearish. So this is the 4 hour right at the bottom. Let's have a look at the 1 hour. As much as we've made that impulsive move, the 1 hour was telling yesterday, this is what we saw in the 1 hour, that this was not going to make a continuation to the upside. We were already below 50 here. So we've now made a pullback. Can we get a move to the downside? Very likely that we get a 3-wave structure here. And if it's going to make a move to the upside, gold will again make a continuation to the downside. I don't expect a big reversal here on gold. So any upside should be kept to the downside on gold. So let's wait for this structure. Should continue lower. And especially with the US dollar looking strong, we should see gold short-term downside. Silver is the same structure. We've made a pulsing move to the upside as well. We are showing a continuation to the downside. We should see this make a move to the downside here. We are at the top. We are below 50. We should see this one come down. So this is how the indicator saves you. Yesterday, we could have said, okay, we are making a move to the upside. Why don't we ride on to the trend and buy? So this is what would have happened to you if you did not have the indicator. So that's what we use the indicator for, to confirm these moves. Platinum, a bounce. We've got a bounce, and that bounce looks like a three-wave bounce. Let's have a look here. We should see continuation to the downside eventually, even if it does make a move to the upside. We are at the top here. We are slightly above 50, but I will expect continuation to the downside. Lastly, on the commodities, let's have a look at oil. Oil, 1 hour, making what looks like a pullback. Let's first look at the 4-hour structure and see what we expected of oil. We are expecting oil to make a similar structure to this, 1, 2, 3 down, 1. We can have this one as a three-wave structure here, but we are looking for this to give us a three-wave corrective structure before we see upside. So this should be just a pullback. We are still below 50, but we have not reset it. So we are in the middle of nowhere as far as oil is concerned. So we'd want to see a setup for a continuation to the downside before we expect a reversal to the upside there. That's what we're looking at on oil. Right, now we can look at all the US dollar pairs. DXY. DXY, still continuation to the upside. We still expect it to continue up higher. Okay, we're still expecting it to continue up higher. We've got this one from yesterday. We're expecting this to reach 93, which we have already. So even now, we'll expect the DXY to make a move to around this level. The blue box is around these levels here on the DXY. Let's show that blue box again. So let's still a little bit higher. Let's show that. So our blue box, let's show the correct blue box here. Let's project it. Let's project the blue box here. We're still a bit far from the blue box. So the blue box is at 93.72. That's where we want to see the DXY trade into. So we're still short of the blue box. Expect this to rally into 74 here. That will be the blue box for this corrective structure. Then we'll expect this to start continuation to the downside. Just want to check here something also on the daily. Let's look at the retracement on the daily. That looks like a 38% retracement. 61 is still pretty far. I want to look at 38%, 61, 1,618. Okay, so that is a 38%. I should have switched on 50 as well. 1, 2, 3. Blue box is at the confluence of the 38% retracement. So at that level, if that is a wave 4, makes a lot of sense. Remember, if it is a wave 4 typically retraces to about 38% before we get a wave 5 like this. Okay, so we would expect the DXY to rally into the blue box between 93.72, 94.74 here into this blue box. So let's see what happens when we get into that level. Euro US dollar, same. I'm on the daily here. We're expecting Euro US dollar to rally into the blue box at 1622. That 1622 is coming at the confluence of the 38.2 as far as wave 4 is concerned. We've got the confluence between the blue box. So the blue, actually this one, let's see here. The blue box is at about 50%. It's at about 50% retracement. So anywhere between 50 and 38, we'll expect the reversal. That is our Euro US dollar and the DXY. We're still expecting continuation to the downside on both of them. Pound US dollar. We're going to start seeing the reversal here. daily is showing us upside here. Not quite, because this is not quite resetted here, but we wanted to see pound US dollar make a pullback and continue to the upside. Let's have a look at the 4 hour. So that is the 4 hour structure. We wanted to see that 3-wave pullback. Is that what we're getting now? Very likely that it is what we're getting here with a move down, a move up, and this one coming down here, looking for this one to start making a move to the upside. We want to see this above 50. We want to see at least that 4 hour candle above that. At least expect the 4 hour candle to close above this. Then we'll look for this one to be a setup for more upside. Okay, you can see that pound US dollar is looking upside while euro US dollar is pushing to the downside, while they both have the US dollar in them. That is because of the correlation strength. So the strength here could be coming from the pound and not necessarily coming from the US dollar weakness. So let's see here. We are at the bottom. We are still below 50, so we want to see this one trading above 50. That can be above 50 when we've got the 4 hour candle above the upper boundary here. Then we'll look for this to make a move to the upside. That will be an interesting trade setup for more upside. US dollar chief. US dollar chief, we should see some reversal here. We want to see at least a 4 hour setup here on US dollar chief for more upside. That is the one trade of the week from last week. We've let that one run. Still the trade of the week. So it is still the same trade that we've got on the side here. So we're looking for this one to make a continuation pattern here as follows. All right. That is US dollar chief. Let's run through the rest of the US dollar pairs. US dollar CAD looking more upside again. We are simply looking for these 3-wave structures since yesterday. We were here yesterday looking for this one to make a continuation to the upside. So we can get this 3-wave structure here. 1, 2, 3. We'll expect this to get around these levels. Okay, at that level, we've come down here in 3 waves. So we're only expecting this to get to this level. And a 3-wave pullback is possible here for more downside, but that will be corrective. So we'll still see this make a push to the upside. But for now, we are only looking at this to get to around the 50% here. Let's have a look at that retracement. And we look at that blue box possibility. So between that 3 waves. Guys, please note that we do not have LTA this week. It will resume on Friday. We don't have LTA this week. It will resume on Friday. The charts on the website should still be clear. Okay, so that's what we have. We are looking at that at the confluence of 50 to 61%. That's where the blue box is. So that's what we want to see as far as US dollar CAD, just to get into that blue box area. So let's just show that that is what we're expecting there. Clear structures. Right. Audi US dollar. Audi US dollar. This is supposed to be the blue box. We've made a reaction from the blue box here, but it's still continuing to the downside. So we're still seeing this one making a move to the downside. So that will invalidate that blue box. So this is showing us continuation to the downside, but the 4 hour does not have a setup. The 1 hour does not have a setup either, but it is still bearish. Okay. Let's see here. We're starting to get some divergence. We're starting to get some divergence in the lower degrees. Let's see here if this is going to give us then that upside. So we just wait and see on that one. Let's just monitor it for now. New Zealand US dollar. We also just want to monitor this one to see if we're going to get upside there. But this is a bearish move. We can still get this before we get upside. So we're still bearish. New Zealand US dollar. US dollar ZAR correlated to US dollar CAD. So this is a 1 hour continuation pattern here. That's already played out, confirmed, more upside. Did not quite reset here at the bottom, but the RSI is well above 50. We see this one expecting, this should continue to the upside. We've gone through the yen pairs, we've gone through the commodities. Well, let's go through the pound pairs. Pound CAD. Pound CAD is a messy structure. We wanted to see this one drop from here. As noted, it's still going sideways. That means this corrective structure is not done as yet. So it is still going sideways. Okay, so let's stay away from that one for now. Not giving us the confirmation that we wanted on the 4 hour. We'll wait again on that one. Pound Audi has been going up pretty correctively. We're still expecting this one to give us, even if it's a move down first before we continue to the upside. But otherwise, we saw the bullish move yesterday, the strength in the daily as far as pound Audi is concerned. So that's why we've been expecting to push a little bit higher, even though the anticipation is that this was going to eventually drop. We're not getting the drop, but now because this has retraced so deep, even the drop will just be a flat correction for continuation to the upside. Let's keep an eye on that one, not doing what we wanted it to do. New Zealand, pound New Zealand, also not showing, not breaking lower than the flag here like we wanted it to. It is instead making what looks like a leading diagonal, so we can see a little bit of upside. So we're going to stay away from this one for now. Pound Chief. Pound Chief, still expecting continuation to the upside. So this is where we were yesterday. We are still pushing up higher. We are still expecting this one to make a 3-wave push to the upside. Those are the pound pairs. Euros should track the pound pairs really. But Euro New Zealand is showing us a 3-wave structure. 3-wave structure here. It's a continuation to the downside. If this 4-hour candle closes below the flag, we are at the top here, still below 50. So we can see Euro New Zealand make a move back to around this level, but not a good risk to reward ratio there, even if we can see the direction. Now, Euro pound, also a setup. This is a nice setup here for downside. We've got a pulsing move here. We're seeing a continuation to the downside. You can target this level here. All right. So this will be confirmed when this candle, the current candle, closes below the flag. So that will be confirmation of downside. Just need to be carefully here. That could be the cap for that, and then it makes a move to the upside. So not the cleanest of trades. EuroCAD still continuing lower after making this regular flat. Still expect this to trade lower. It's now trading pretty slowly, but the buyers is still downside. Euro Chief making a deeper move inside here. So we've got a pulsing move here. Looks like 3 waves so far. 1, 2, 3. We can still get 4 and a 5. And at some point, we're going to get a deeper one. And we're going to get a push to the upside. Eventually, we are going to sell this again to the downside. That is Euro Chief. Audi New Zealand. Audi New Zealand is a 3-wave pullback, as you can see. We're going to see continuation to the downside again. Forget this here. This was for a different structure. So this should still continue to the downside. The overall target on this one, 0.02 still. So you know what to wait for. You need to wait for the 4-hour candle closing below the low wall boundary of the flag. Audi CAD. Still pushing lower. This is an impulse. If this is going to continue downside, we need to see a corrective structure here to come retest this low here. Audi Chief, still expecting this to trade lower on candle close below this line here. I put in an alert. I thought I put in an alert on this one yesterday. Let's just put it back again. All right, so that's the alert. I'm waiting for this one to confirm downside there. New Zealand CAD, We would expect these three waves to bounce, but there doesn't seem to be much momentum. Let's watch here. So we can get the three-wave pullback here and a move like this. But we'll stay away from this one, not clear for now. New Zealand Chief. It's continuing to the upside. Not a trade. Now, this is CAD Chief. We've taken this one from the blue box. We are currently at a regular flat area. We want to see if this from here, we've got the move in the blue box, if it's going to make a continuation to the downside. We're going to see a continuation to the downside, very likely. That it means oil will start pushing to the upside. But let's watch these levels. Let's watch these levels first. Those are the Forex pairs. The indices, I'm going to go to the 1 hour on the rest of them because they are also showing continuation to the upside on the lower time frames. If you look at all of them, this is the setup. We are above 50 on the 1 hour. This can be a corrective structure. We'll see more upside, similar to what we had here after we had this bigger corrective structure here. So we currently have this one. We'll expect this to continue to the upside. All right. Thank you. We've missed Euro Pound. Euro Pound, yes. Euro Pound, we're expecting a bounce from current levels. The reason why we're expecting a bounce is the structure I showed yesterday. This is the structure. We want to see if this structural area will hold, and then we get a bounce here. The structure here is 1, 2, 3 here, and 1, 2, 3 there, and complex 1, 2, 1, 2, and the 3. A WXY here on the B. That's why we're expecting a bounce at current levels. That's Euro Pound. Dow Jones Industrial. 1 hour showing us continuation to the upside. So likely we can get a structure that looks like this. We've got 3 waves down here, 3 waves up here. Won't be a surprise to see 3 down or 5 down before we push to the upside. The Nasdaq. One, 2, possibility of a 3, and a continuation to the upside is there. UK 100. Finally, we're starting to get a corrective structure, even if it's on the 1 hour, but this is actually on the 4 hour. We want to see this one reset at the bottom here. We can get this one coming down here for 1 up. That structure will be as follows. So 1 down, 3 up, and 1 move to the downside before we see upside. The DAX on the 4 hour, not much. We are still, this corrective structure is still in the making. We can see this make 1 move to the downside before pushing up higher. Nikkei. Nikkei, we'll see that downside that we are expecting. It has made a nice 3-wave structure here. We should see the Nikkei retest the low here before we push to the upside. Remember the structure on the Nikkei as we have it on the chart on the side. One, 2, 3. 1 more down and then upside. That is the Nikkei. And lastly, the Nifty. Still sideways correction, showing us continuation to the upside after breaking out of the regular flat. So we're still expecting more upside on the Nifty. And that's all for today, guys. I will see you tomorrow, same time. Trade responsibly. Cheers, everybody. Bye-bye.